What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Let's get into AEW Dynamite Holiday Bash from December the 18th, 2024. This was an okay show. It was not good and it was not bad. It was just somewhere in the middle or even somewhat decent, if you will. This was basically the last Dynamite of the year, pretty much. So there's that. So we kicked the show off with the backstage area. So we go backstage. Jay White, Orange Cassidy, they're there. And Jay White, he's talking about Jon Moxley and his crew, a.k.a. the Death Riders. He insists the only man they don't need on their side to help them out is Hangman Page. So Hangman Page, he appears, he shows up, and he basically tells them to stay out of his way. He's got this, and leave the Jon Moxley situation to him. So that's fine, I guess. And there's that. Moving on. So from there, we cut to a set of promos from Will Ospreay and Darby Allin, hyping up their match for the Continental Classic later on in the show. All right. Moving on from that. So this leads us into the first match of the night. Mercedes Moné, she defeats Anna Jay to retain the TBS Championship via the Moneymaker, or the Monet Maker. And before that, we got a glimpse of her retaining the New Japan Strong Championship. And so she won that. She retained that and everything else. And then Mina Shirakawa came out post-match, and she stared down Mercedes. So that's fine. So that's probably where that's going. Makes perfect sense. Why not? But Mercedes Moné, she sucks. She has been utterly worthless in AEW. She's been a damn shame. She really has. This has been the worst Mercedes has ever looked in her career, because her career in WWE was way better than the shit she's doing in AEW. It's a fact. Not even going to argue it. Moving on. So we get a video from FTR. They address the Death Riders and what they did to them mere days ago, before saying that they've not been cleared to wrestle for the rest of the year. And they do promise, however, that come January 1st, they'll be there in Asheville, North Carolina, and they will fight the Death Riders. But they won't do it alone. Interesting. I wonder who's going to show up there. That should be an interesting show, though. So New Year's Smash, it's January 1st. Should be an interesting show. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Am I really all that invested in FTR? The answer is no, I'm not. They probably have another year or two left on their contracts, and then they're done. So I would suspect by probably 2026, maybe 2027, that they'll be done with AEW. And I doubt they'll go to WWE at all. If they do, it'll maybe be to just be like producers and do like a one-off. But FTR, man, it's just they're one of those teams that I've gotten tired of extremely quick. They were cool during the pandemic and stuff like that, but when you work with the young bucks, the young cucks, when you work with those losers, you tend to get on my bad side, if you will. And so I don't really give two shits about FTR, for being honest. Moving on. MJF is out next. So he's wearing a Hanukkah-centric suit. So he makes fun of Washington, D.C. and the Wizards. He talks about how the holidays are coming up. The most important one is Hanukkah. MJF also claims that Santa is not real, which is correct. So he mocks the crowd for chanting Santa which is dumb. MJF says that Hanukkah is all about giving. And MJF is feeling philiplegic as he talks about the foundation. He talks about a foundation that he started. He says that he was about to cry. He's about to cry. So he calls for the music. So he begins to give a sales pitch. Imagine a child that needs some nourishment and food. And now picture that child being this baby. And then he shows a picture of Adam Cole, which is hilarious, which is great. I love this. Excellent. He says that if we want to help this small child, we can scan the QR code on the screen to buy the World's End pay-per-view. And we can watch him beat Adam Cole. So he's better than you, and you can thank him later. So Adam Cole comes out next. He's on the Titantron. He interrupts MJF. He says, let him know that he had a meeting with Tony Khan, which has led him to getting a couple guys to help him make sure MJF doesn't run away. My bad. That being Matt Taven and Mike Bennett. Oh, fuck this. So Adam Cole then says, remember, he's got one more thing to say. Asking MJF if he's kicking his ass yet. And so Adam Cole shows up from behind. He attacks MJF. He super kicks him, and Max goes down, and then Adam Cole celebrates, and MJF is able to make his escape from the brouhaha. Okay. Do we care about any of this shit? No, I don't. I don't give a single fuck about Adam Cole, and I don't give a single fuck about MJF. I like MJF, but come on, man. I think MJF's just biding his time until his contract is up, and he's going to AEW. My bad. Not AEW. WWE. My bad. I don't know why the fuck I said that. But he's going to go to WWE for sure. He's already ready for WWE. He's already doing acting, so he's already, acting in a movie. He's starring in a movie. So, kudos on him. So, he's getting himself ready. Good on him. Next, we get Julia Hart. So, she's got a message of her own. My bad. Jamie Hayter. My bad. I'm so sorry, guys. Jamie Hayter. So, she's out next. And so, she's got a message for Julia Hart, promising to give her a cold drink of Haterade at Fight at the Fallen come January 1st. Okay. That's fine. Makes sense. So, that to me seems like a collision match. I don't know if I want to see Jamie Hayter and Julia Hart. I'm not really into that. Just not all that invested. Do I care about that? No. Moving on. We see a video package of Kenny Omega. And then Excalibur mentions that Kenny Omega is going to be a part of Wrestle Dynasty on January 5th. So that's cool. It's kind of sad that Kenny doesn't really care about AEW, but can you blame him? He doesn't give a fuck about AEW. 90% of that roster doesn't care about AEW. Why? Because of the doofus known as Tony Khan. That's why. And I don't blame Kenny Omega for wanting to do stuff in New Japan first before he comes back. And Kenny is another one I could see in WWE. I'm not going to hold you guys up. I could definitely see Kenny in WWE. Maybe just wrestling for like a full straight year. But I'm pretty sure if Kenny, were to be honest, he probably would wish, my bad, he probably wishes that he was in WWE right now. He probably does. That way he could wrestle AJ Styles, Nakamura, and others, Finn Balor, guys like that. He wrestle guys like that. Cody Rhodes. So, yeah, there's that. Moving on. This leads us into Hook and Tatsuya Shibata versus Christian Cage and Nick Wayne. So, the heels, they win. Who cares? I don't care about any of this shit at all. It's nonsensical. Moving on. So, we get a video package. Chris Jericho talks about being the king of the world and his connection to New York City ahead of defending the ROH World Championship at Final Battle on Friday. Who gives a single fuck about any of this shit? Fuck Chris Jericho and fuck Matt Cardona. No one cares about Ring of Honor. Seriously. Ring of Honor is an absolute waste. It's a dumpster fire. Nobody watches Ring of Honor. Come on, man. Who cares about any of this garbage? I am so ready for Chris Jericho to retire. Moving on. We get another video package involving Bandito. So he's going to be making his return soon. Probably at Fight for the Fallen. That's probably when he'll return. I'm trying to think when Mike Bailey will show up, too. Mike Bailey probably will show up either at World's End or Fight for the Fallen. One of the two. So, we'll have to wait and see. Moving on. So, Mariah May, she's backstage. Her sexy ass. She asked Thunder Rosa why she shifted her career goals from social worker to pro wrestler. Ooh. Before talking about how well she's done in such a short time, she accepts Thunder Rosa's challenge for World's End, making fun of her father in the process. Okay, this is fine. It makes sense. We all knew that's where this is going anyway. Is anyone surprised? No, not really. Moving right along. So Tony Schiavone is out next, and he brings out Ricochet. And Ricochet cuts an awful promo. So, Ricochet says he didn't look good before. So then the Hurt Syndicate, they come out. So Ricochet, he tries to compliment all three of them, saying they all look really good before asking if they saw how he beat the breaks off of Commander and Brody King. He addresses Shelton Benjamin Wrestling tonight, saying they could face each other in the future. MVP says they've all sought out before, asking them to see the business card. They don't like kiss asses. Ricochet pulls the card out, pause, only to be grabbed by the throat by Bobby Lashley. So MVP just tears the card up, and he says no one likes to kiss ass. And it seems like they were going to take him out, but it didn't happen. So this sets us up for Shelton Benjamin defeating Beast Mortos. So he now has 6 points. Post-match, Bobby Lashley and MVP, they beat up Beast Mortos, only for Daniel Garcia to come out and for him to pick a fight with the Hurt Syndicate. And then Mark Briscoe, I'm so sorry, forgive me. Mark Briscoe, he showed up, and the two of them got their asses kicked. And it seems like Ricochet's done for. Ricochet can stick a fork in, Ricochet's done. He's done for. Ricochet should have never went to AEW at all. He's a lost cause. I hope and pray that he signed at least no more than about a year or 2-year deal with AEW. And I think his only saving grace would be to try to go back to WWE. Or, if he doesn't, I would try to go to TNA and do something with TNA in New Japan. And I think that'd be a good way to make money. Yeah. Ricochet is a lost fucking cause. He's a lost cause. This was a bad segment right here. They should have whooped Ricochet's ass. Pause. So, we go backstage again. So, Ricochet, he's confused about the Hurt Syndicate rescinding their offer before focusing on his match at Collision against Will Ospreay. He said he came to AEW to shut the haters up, and he looks to do just that when he beats Ospreay for 3 more points in the Continental Classic. So Swerve shows up. He gets a real pop. Swerve says he knows the real Trevor, quote unquote, and addresses his debut in AEW before, reminding him that this is Swerve's house. I like this. Really good stuff here. Interesting. We might be getting Swerve and Ricochet in due time, maybe. I don't know. So Ricochet fires back. He reminds Swerve that he didn't win the Continental Classic. So he understands that Swerve will be mad when Ricochet does, and then he does this dumb laugh, like, ah! And he walks off. It was pathetic. Ricochet is an awful promo. Moving on. So RJ City, he talks to Toni Storm about where she's been and what's happened since All In, failing to get much out of anything from Storm, as she insists she's only just made it to this company, but she's excited to be here. And then Toni Storm gets him a hug, and then that was it. Kind of weird and random. I don't fucking know. Moving on. So, Darby Allin defeats Will Ospreay. He now has 3 points in the Continental. My bad. He now has 6 points in the Continental Classic. Really good, decent match here. You know, Ospreay did Ospreay things, and Darby did Darby things. So Darby wins via not one but two coffin drops, and he wins. So maybe this whole tournament is to get Darby over, but I doubt it. It's either going to be Darby or Kyle Fletcher to win, or maybe even Will Ospreay, but I think Darby's going to end up winning. I'm pretty sure Ospreay's going to get his win back. He's not going to lose to Ricochet on Saturday at all. Like, why would he? So, I don't know, but it was okay. Moving on, this leads us into the main event where the Death Riders, which is Jon Moxley, Pac, and Will Yuta, they defeat Hangman Page, Orange Cassidy, and Jay White. And then post-match, they were about to beat up the three of them, but it ends up in a massive 6-person brawl again, and who cares? Just garbage stuff. AEW was okay. Could have been better. I like the MJF Adam Cole stuff. I thought that was really good. That was funny. The Bobby Lashley Hurt Syndicate stuff was good. I enjoyed that. Ricochet, he is DOA for sure. Like, I don't know, man. I feel bad for him, but not really. I mean, come on, man. I don't know. I really don't know. And I don't give a damn about the Continental Classic stuff at all. I just don't. I think it's either Darby's tournament or Kyle Fletcher's tournament to win. It's one of those two that's going to be winning the tournament, basically. So, it is what it is. Getting the Kenny Omega hype video was pretty cool, so we should see him back sometime in January. So that should be fun. I mean, doesn't matter when. No, he's not going to change anything at all. He's just not. He's not going to change anything. But what did you guys think of Dynamite? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.